What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Mark Goes Outside, where your host, Mark, this guy, goes outside and does something epic. And today we are on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. We're going out on the flats to try and catch some bonefish. It's about to be low tide in about an hour, and hopefully they'll be biting. Let's get after it. All right, guys, before I head out on the flats, if you're thinking about doing this, just want you guys to know what you're really gonna need. First of all, you're gonna need appropriate footwear because you're basically walking around on dead reefs, rocks, and there's lots of sea urchins and all kinds of prickly things. So the shoes that I'm using, check these out. So they've got this super thick, like felt sole, and it's really hard. And that's gonna protect you from the reef. These are not your average dive booties. I think your average dive booties would probably get tore up pretty quickly. If you want a cheap option, I actually use these for work. If you go on the Academy website, they have some like wading boots that are like $30. Those would work really well for this. And then other than that, the rod that I'm using, this is a custom rod that I built. It looks kind of goofy, but it's a super light action rod with 10-pound braid. And I've got about a 12-pound 10-foot leader that I'm using. And this is just because, you know, these fish are super finicky. They're very much like a sight-based predator. So I wanted that extra long leader so it's hard for them to see it. And then as far as the lure goes, this is what we're using right here. This is a fool's gold jig head and grub tail. I've also got like a little like flappy paddle tail that I might give a try, but this worked pretty good last time, so I'm going to stick with it for now. So let's get out there on the flat and see if we can get one. For those of you that don't know, this is a brand new channel, and you might recognize my face from my other channel, Swamp and Stomp, but since this one is new, I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Now I know what you guys are probably thinking. I'm not even a local, so how can I tell you guys how to fish here? Well, before I started doing this, I did what anybody should when you're going to a new place, is I looked for local knowledge. I talked to some of the people in the local tackle shops and talked to what actually turned into a new friend, Jarvis Gray, who also happens to be the guy that makes the lures that I'm using. And they told me that the name of the game here is basically fishing in about knee to thigh deep water and keeping that lure just bumping along the bottom as slowly as you can go without hooking rocks and all kinds of other stuff on the bottom. You might also be thinking, what the heck is one of those grub tails supposed to look like? And I think when it's bumping along that reef, I think it looks like shrimp or a mantis shrimp, you know, any kind of crustacean that these bonefish are really targeting. It didn't take me long to get hooked up, but unfortunately, when I thought I was turning on my GoPro, I turned it off. This fish was pretty big and gave me a blistering run, taking half of my spool in a matter of seconds, but eventually came off, so I don't have any video of me catching it. One of the things I absolutely love about fishing and hunting is that you can make friends out of nowhere just by having the same interests. And today I'm fishing with a dude I have never met before, but we just connected through the internet, and he's taken me to some of his favorite spots. I'll introduce him in a little bit when he is not standing by the shoreline that you guys will recognize. In the meantime, let's try and catch a big old bonefish. Right here. While you're fishing, you're gonna probably snag a lot of little macroalgae and little rocks, but don't worry, that just means that you're staying close enough to the bottom. Just keep doing it and it will eventually pay off. So far I've spent more time trying to get unstuck than I have fishing.
How about I tell the story real quick about
Tell the story.
All right. So during COVID, I couldn't get jig heads for obvious reasons, and I just figured I'd start making my own. And I had an excess amount of lead from diving with spearfish and swim and pick up lead off the reef.
Yeah.
So I started making them with lead like a
Never even thought about that, huh?
Never thought about it.
Yeah.
So I started doing it, and it's all reclaimed lead from the ocean. We pick up, you know, leads that people lose in the reef, and
Yeah.
that's how we make them. So.
Yeah, that aspect of it I actually really liked. Like I obviously have little jig heads, like a jig head, but the fact that you're pulling it out of the ocean, I really liked. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna buy some of this stuff.
We use gamakatsu hooks, try to use the strongest hooks we can get.
Yeah.
And the paint, I really enjoy painting them. And I got a little bit of notoriety from the companies who make the paint. They were sharing my stuff and giving me discounts and all that stuff. To me, looks like a solid one, boy. You.
You'll notice throughout this video, there's a few blurry spots on the screen sometimes, and that's because Jarvis asked me to hide the shoreline because there's only so many places on a small island where you can catch these fish, and they can get overcrowded pretty quickly if everybody knows where we're catching them. So if you do recognize the location where we're fishing, just keep it to yourself, and there's no need to comment that down below.
Fool's gold. Fool's gold copperhead jig head right here. Palau new. No.
In this clip, Jarvis is showing us two really important things that you need to do if you hook one of these fish. The first is you need to have your drag really loose. We're talking like 2 pounds of drag. And the reason for that is because these fish are ripping across all this rock, and a lot of times they're getting snagged up on the rock. The second thing is that when you hook a fish, you need to be walking towards it, because oftentimes you're not actually walking towards the fish anymore. They're actually wrapped around a rock, and you have to get over there to get that fish unwrapped so that you can continue to land it. Naturally, I had to go to the car to get my phone because it's not very safe here to leave your stuff in the car. And Jarvis caught a bonefish while I was out. I guess that's a good sign. I guess that means they're biting. Let's see if we can get another one.
Yeah. Yeah, he was catching. We are hooked up. Oh, it is screaming. Oh. I am on a rock, I can tell. Oh my God. I feel like he's on a rock. I can feel the line rubbing. There it goes. Rock came off. Oh, he's on another rock. It's caught on something here. There it is. Oh, he's over there. Oh my God. Caught on all kinds of rocks, dude. All right, now I'm straight to the fish. I'm right here. Hell yeah.
Got him.
Got him. Here, can you hold my rod?
Belly, yeah, one hand under the belly usually.
Damn, dude, that's sick. So this is a pretty good bone in Florida.
Yeah, that's small for us, but it's a pretty one.
Oh, man, that's awesome. I ain't done with you yet, buddy. Cool.
Good going.
Yeah, I'll take a picture off of the 360.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. There you go.
Yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah, dude. That was sick.
Good going. I forgot, man. Last time I did the same.
All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I definitely enjoyed filming it. That was the first time I'd ever gone fishing for Hawaiian bonefish, and honestly, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance. So I'm glad I got one. I'm glad I met Jarvis and that he showed me the ropes. And you know, so if you guys are over there, make sure you pick up some of his lures and support the locals. And if you go out there, let me know how you did. It's pretty freaking awesome. Those bonefish are way bigger than the ones you'll catch down here in the Caribbean. Also, it is October 10th right now, which means that Hurricane Milton just came crashing through here yesterday, and we came driving back into town. We live in West Palm Beach, and we saw a lot of the carnage from these tornadoes. So hopefully everybody that's watching is safe and sound, that your homes weren't damaged. But if you're in need, you know, reach out to your local community. you know, reach out to me. I'll try and help the best way that I can, if I can. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.